Boom.
We're
Okay, I
live.
think we're finally good to go.
Yep,
Sorry,
yep.
I think we had some technical password cache situations on my end. I think we're now resolved, so that's sweet. Welcome everybody. Again, this is Tellman and Curtis.
Hey guys.
TikTok, you can't see Curtis, but you can hear him.
Yep.
Live with the Get It Done Show, episode 103. 103. And we've been going every day for 103 days, starting January 1st, 2025. And today we're going to talk about a cool insight I had the other day. And I thought of you, Curtis. I almost
Yep.
stopped what I was doing in the middle of it and just called
Yeah.
you in the middle of the day. I was like, oh,
But nice.
Curtis will be working. So I'm glad I remembered that this morning when we were deciding on our topic for the
Good.
episode.
Yep.
But I have a cool new framework that I want to share with you that I think
Okay.
is going to be really valuable for everyone.
Right.
On specifically how to replace your job with your side hustle. Okay,
Nice.
that's the idea. That's the
Right
concept.
on.
That's the hook.
Cool.
And I want to talk with you more about aggressive question asking.
Yes,
Right?
actually, I did a little thing on Canva. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Okay, see that?
Well, it's weekly questions. All right, it's backward, but yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Weekly questions, and then I put questions to ask. And how to grow your business? Where are you confused? Where are you stuck? Why aren't you getting the results you want or expected? So those
Great.
are, you mentioned that earlier. So I did
Right.
a little Canva sheet to help me for the week. So I had it by my computer. So every day, Monday through Sunday, I'll put a question.
That's
And
great.
then, yep,
Dude, asking better questions gets you
absolutely.
asking questions. It's really a genie in the lamp situation. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like making a wish.
Yep.
When you ask a thoughtful, like a question that really means something,
Yep.
right? When you ask that question, your mind, your brain is going to start searching for the answer.
Yep.
And maybe you're going to get the answer from the person you asked the question to, but maybe not.
Yep.
Right?
Oh my God.
It might help stimulate some thought, but you asking the question, it's like it's asking the universe the most important question for the day.
Right.
That will that will allow you to make faster progress than anything else you could ever do.
Oh yeah, right on. Perfect. That's
Just
what we
by
want.
asking more intelligent questions, ask deeper questions, ask more thoughtful questions, ask questions that are more meaningful, that like if you had the answers, you could move mountains, you could change the world if you had the answers, but you
Right.
got to ask the question.
Absolutely.
Right? But the thing is that it's a challenging topic because I've always been a question asker, and I know that a lot of people aren't as inquisitive or as forthright or as willing to look stupid as I have been in my life. And like, I'm always
Yep.
willing to ask questions, even ridiculous ones
Mm-hmm.
that might get me laughed at. I've always been, that
Okay.
guy. Right.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to address this with you without being like, oh, you have to change your personality, Curtis, or something like
Yeah.
that, because that's not true either. Right.
Nope.
Is how can we want to get you resonating with you at a
Yep.
higher level, right? Don't want to get you trying to be something you're not or being someone that you're not, but
Right.
really putting more thought and energy into your questions is going to dramatically help move your business forward. For quite a few years, and this is before you and I met, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't start internet marketing stuff until
2018-ish.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for several years, I had something called the Black Diamond line,
Mm.
kind of a weird name, but it
Yep.
was a phone line and it was a conference call line, and it was before webinars and streaming video was available,
Mm-hmm.
and so we did everything on conference call lines.
Yep.
And so I would people paid. between $250 and $500 a month to
Oh,
be
wow.
part of the Black Diamond line. And every week, people would call in, entrepreneurs would call in and ask their biggest question for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would answer it with my best possible answer to help move them forward. But the biggest problem, and I for years we did this every week, once a week, and then we took the recordings,
Yep.
transcribed them, which we had to pay someone to do, a human,
Yep.
expensive, and then we uploaded then we cut up the audios into individual chunks of the question being asked and me answering it.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't know the answer, but I knew someone who knew the answer, I'd make a note and then I would call my friend, after the call and get the answer and bring it back to the following week. But at
Oh,
the end
nice.
of the day, each call then ended up having 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 questions, probably not 50 questions that people asked that I
Yep.
answered rapid
Oh,
fire,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
And then it was a searchable database. So you could type in your question and it
Mm-hmm.
would find those words being asked or answered. And then it would give you both the written transcript of what you're asking about
Oh,
and the
wow.
audio clip, right? Which is like child's play these days, but back then it was very advanced.
Absolutely.
And that's what people were paying for is they got access to a bunch of my courses and programs, and
Mm-hmm.
then they also got the Black Diamond line where they could ask any question that they want. And everybody got one question, or if there was extra time at the end,
Yep.
people could ask more questions. But interestingly enough, half of my time was spent teaching people how to ask questions.
Oh, wow.
Okay, most of my time was spent teaching people how to ask useful questions, how to not be like treating their questions like homework that they did last minute on the bus on the way to school because they had to, but
Yeah.
start treating it like a fucking gold mine waiting to but if they don't ask the question, they don't get the code.
Yep.
You don't ask for it, you don't get it, buddy. And so it's like these it's almost like if you don't have these questions at the forefront of your mind,
Mm-hmm.
you're not pushing hard enough. You're not
Right.
because if you're pushing hard enough, you get resistance,
Yeah.
right? And so people aren't trained how to ask good questions, dude. So we're going to talk more about that in a minute.
Yep.
Positive focus. What are you stoked about today?
What I'm stoked about is my wife and I both had the day off, and the kid was at the babysitter, so we're able to hang out.
Cool.
We cooked some paleo food. We actually found some desserts for
Wait, some
cookies.
what food?
Paleo, like the diet we're following.
Oh,
Paleo
paleo.
diet.
Paleo.
Sorry,
Yeah.
paleo. Sorry, mispronunciation. So my
Canadian
wife found,
pronunciation.
perhaps, but then we found some recipes for cookies, two different types of cookies, and they both came out fantastic. And we did
Nice.
it together, so a little, bonding with the wife was awesome.
Well, speaking of which, so how's 75 hard going for you?
Good. I'm on day 12, I think. I failed one day, so I go back, start at the beginning because I
Right.
missed something.
Right.
My wife is doing well. I'm doing good so far. It is harder than the next phase is harder.
Yeah.
And the cold showers, even though they're cold as hell, they're still not used to. They're still like, oh, it's still pain.
Oh, dude, I suffer so much. I think for some reason, like I can handle all sorts of pain, but
Yep.
cold, like deep cold pain, I am such a wuss.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do pull. Like I just went in the river the other day with my buddy Gabe, to do a polar plunge, and like
Yep.
he went in. He hadn't done it, all winter or anything. He went in and he just like stayed in there for 2 or 3 minutes. I
Oh
was in
wow.
for 3.5 seconds, and then I was running for shore. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny. Cool. Well, I'm actually pretty happy about oh crap, I forgot about something. We started late today
Yep.
and
You know,
I
equipment.
forgot about communicating with my running buddy. Um
Oh right.
1 minute. So Curtis,
Yep.
I need to text him real fast.
Okay.
Say something smart.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've been doing Seven Hard for about 12 days now. I'm also reading the book, which I found helped me to understand it better because originally we first did with Tellman a few years ago. I understand the basics, just what's on Google and stuff. So I found this time it was more details, and there's actually more theory behind it than actual just doing the activity. It's about mental toughness. It's about your personal integrity and be able to listen to yourself. Not just like, hey, Curtis, go do this type thing, but when you're stuck in a situation, it's like, oh, I don't want to fucking do this shit, but you just do it because you know it's part of what you got to do, right?
Right.
And for me, that's something that I never thought of before. But last few days, like, oh, listen, I'm listening to my bitch voice today, not the boss
That's
voice,
right. That's
right?
right.
And it's like it's starting to come about now. It's like, hey, I can actually do this, and
Yeah,
then
I
it's
mean,
the
I don't
first
like the term. I don't. I
the bitch
honestly,
and
I
boss.
don't like the term "bitch voice." It's pretty alpha male. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like the difference between the bitch voice and it's also insulting to women. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's kind of like not cool. But the bitch voice and the boss voice. It's basically like, look, we got some shit to do. Who's in charge? Like, make a decision.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like which hat are we wearing today?
Yeah, and I think just
You know?
the realization that it is actually there has helped me think differently now. So I think
Yeah,
I feel like my mental toughness is getting a bit stronger than it used to be. So when I first
yeah,
did it, I did it, and I had some mental toughness. I was able to maintain the a lot of the routines and stuff past the time of 75 hard.
yeah,
But I just found that sometimes it'd be like, oh, I don't want to do it. I'll do it later type things. Like, no, fucking get it done now.
yeah.
That's the thought, right? So
Do
that's
it
why I
now.
like this show. Get shit done. Same idea.
Yeah.
Get it done now.
It
Get
is
the
the
shit
same
done.
idea.
Yeah.
But it's also the same idea because like all the stuff we talk about with get shit done are all things that I've struggled with my entire life.
Yep.
Like this is an effort in order for me to get more shit done also, this,
Yep.
I'm going through it with you guys.
Yeah. You're pushing
And
yourself forward, right? So it's good.
so yeah, I guess my positive focus is I did a polar plunge the
Yep.
other day, which I've done these in the midwinter. I've done at different times, but it's been a while since I've done it, and this is the end of the winter, of course, so it's not
Yep.
things aren't frozen over anymore, so it's not as cold, but it's still quite a shock to
That's
the
cool.
system. But you feel
Yeah.
so good afterward, so good.
Yep. Yeah. It triggers
So
something in your body. Yeah, for sure.
um so I'm pretty stoked about a bunch of things, but one of them is this idea. So, Curtis, check
Yep.
this out.
Much idea.
Um, all right, before I tell you the idea, I want
Okay.
to ask you a question, and I want
Sure.
you to think about it in the background, right?
All
And
right.
this is like actually an important question.
All right.
Do you want to be a parenting guru? Do you really want to? Do you, Curtis Leong, do you want to be a parenting guru
Yeah.
with all your heart?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's just
I have to think about it a bit more. Yeah.
let it simmer. Let it
Yep.
simmer. I'm not saying,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I just want you to consider that question
Okay.
as we talk today. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so here's the idea. Um, if people are in early entrepreneurial stages, startup mode, whether it's starting a new company on top of your existing business or
Yeah.
company,
Hmm.
or whether it's starting a business or a side hustle in addition to your job, or if you're retired and it's starting a business or a side hustle in addition to your social security check,
Yep.
right? And or maybe you have some other passive income streams and assets. Maybe you are a successful investor. Maybe whether it's in stocks and trading and crypto, or whether it's in real estate, both of which are going through enormous changes right now, as we all know. So very painful for a lot of people overall lately. Um, for all lots of political reasons, of course.
Yep.
But when you think about this, most people that are looking to start a side hustle have some sort of existing income.
Yep.
Okay. And or you're sitting on savings, so you can go based on what your previous existing income was most recently,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so I want you to think about the question we want to ask here is how to replace your job with your side hustle. Okay, so you can actually start making some progress in that direction.
Yep.
Not just think about it, not just kind of do the things, but really do the things that are going to make the difference to make that move possible.
Right.
Okay, specifically, because it is hard to start a business when you're working full time, when you are maintaining a romantic relationship, when you have one or more children, whether you're a single parent, whether you're a co-parent, or whether you are successfully in a relationship with both parents and the kid, which is rarer and rarer these days, right? It's all difficult. It's hard for numerous reasons. You work all day, either with your brain or your body or both. And then you need to find a way of totally shifting gears, still being present with your partner, with your child or children or other people in your family that you might be taking care of. And then give it everything you've got over the your 90 minutes of free time that you might be able to eke out before you go to bed, and you have one less hour of sleep than you need in order to actually function well the next day. Like that's a grind, right? There's a very difficult place to be, and it's the place a lot of people are. I believe, right? And so I'd like you to think about it this way, Curtis, and this is for everybody listening. If you want to get shit done and you want to replace your job with your side hustle, here's how to do it, right? Step one is I want you to figure out what your daily wage is. Okay? On average, how many hours do you work a day and how much money do you get paid to do it? I want you to do this before taxes. What are you actually getting paid? What's the number? Okay? And I realize that many people are working 5 days a week, right? So you're working 5 days a week. What is your daily income? Even if you're on salary, okay, what's your, just do the math. What's your daily income, right? And it's good, even if you're on salary, to even break it down to your hourly income, right? But it's pretty easy to figure out your daily income. Just multiply the average number of hours you work in a day times how many dollars you earn per hour. That is your daily income. So, Curtis, are you clear on what your number is?
Yes. Got it.
Okay. Are you willing to say what your number is?
Yeah, 157.
Awesome. Okay, this is great. It's 157. So your goal, okay? We actually don't care how you get there at this stage.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, legal and moral. Okay?
Yeah, obviously.
Your goal is to make $157 from your side hustle in one day, one time.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, we want you to make $157 in a day.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Ideally, in the next week.
Yes.
But as long as it takes.
Okay.
So, based on, we're going to do a little brainstorm.
Sure.
Based on what you know about making money online, whether you've tried it or whether you haven't tried it, I want to brainstorm a list. Start with things that you have done successfully before, right? But we want to brainstorm a list of different ways that one could make money online. Okay, and we're just going to have a conversation about it first.
Okay.
So, and I have some thoughts, but what pops into mind for you?
Okay, so I've done a JV before for an affiliate program. So me and this guy both joined at the same time. I didn't really know him that well, but we were messaging each other previously to joining this affiliate program. And he said, "Hey, why don't you buy mine and I'll buy yours?" So I made $47 by buying his program that he bought from my link. You know how you have affiliate links for a program? So we bought each other's link from each other. So we made money that way. The other time was I was on school and I made $40 with school affiliate program they just started. Basically, I was talking to someone through the chat, and I guess he liked me because I know him from another group, and I was in this other group, and I was talking to him about the new group I was in. He's like, "Oh, how do I join? This is the link," and he took the link and he joined the group. So then, within about 2 days later, he joined the paid part, which was like $100 a month, and he got that. So then I got paid for that month, $40, because they only get 40%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then previously, I've done a couple different other programs, but I have not been successful with them, mostly because they want you to buy traffic in order to boost it instead of using organic methods, which take super long time. And last few years, I've tried doing that and have not that great results.
Okay, so I would say number one
Yep.
is the first thing that you mentioned where you like traded purchases of each other's thing.
Yep.
The problem with that, I mean, yes, you made a sale, but you didn't make any money,
No.
right? So I
No.
would say that that's kind of like it's a cheat for the system
Yep.
that doesn't really count, because at the end of the day, you don't walk away with any more cash, and that's actually what you need. Is you need a
Yeah. Same.
reproducible system to consistently produce $157 a day. That's where
Yep.
we're going with this. Step
That's
one
right.
is we want to produce $157 in one day. Step
Right.
one, right?
Mhm.
Step two is let's do it twice in a week, right? But step one is we want to do it just one time,
Yep.
right? And after you do it one time, then okay, I can do this.
Hmm.
I can make $157 in a day. Great.
Yep.
Then we say let's try to do it twice this week.
Yep.
Okay, great. Now let's try to do it 3 times. And at a
Right.
certain point, depending on the nature of what you're doing, you're going to run into problems.
Yep.
You're going to get bored. It's not going to work every time.
Right.
Like you're going to see bigger opportunities. You're going to realize you're wasting your time, and you're going
Right.
to you're going to learn more things. And this is all wonderful.
Yep.
But the goal is to quite literally replace your job with your side hustle one day at a time. Okay.
Yep.
So and then to be reporting on that publicly, or working with a coach, or doing that with someone outside of yourself, so you're not just talking to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because just talking to yourself and working on your own, for most people that doesn't work,
No.
right? It's not motivating enough. And so, Curtis,
Yes.
I want you to think about yourself. I want you to think about your wife. I want you to think about your daughter right now,
Yep.
or any other family members that are appropriate. Is how long do you want to have done? So if you get to the point where you're making $157 5 days a week, okay,
Yep.
and then let's say you even get it up to 7 days a week, so you're actually
Hmm.
making more than your daily income with your side hustle. When you
Yep.
get to that point, how long would you want to be consistently making as much or more with your side hustle than your job before you quit your job? How long would you keep doing your job and your side hustle? Like, how long
Um,
do you think you and your entire family would need to feel financially secure and comfortable?
I would say at least a year.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. So that will also save you a ton of money in the meantime. You know what I mean? So that's
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
So the plan is we want to get you up to $157 one time on one day.
Yep.
Then we'll do it 2 times in a week. Then 3, and then we'll get up to 5. And what's going to happen is you're going to run into resistance. You're going
Yep.
to run into problems. Either the outside world is going to cause problems, or you are going to cause problems. And then you're going to have to adapt your system and your process.
Yep.
So, but just to brainstorm. So how else? So one way that you've made money is by interacting with people and helping people in school, and
Yep.
then one time somebody bought your thing and
You bought their thing. Yep.
you made money. Great. How else?
I've done a couple of affiliate marketing programs. I did one before. I made probably about $500 in 6 months. It was pretty
Okay.
slow, but then their system broke somehow, and then I wasn't making any money. But still, there was other people making money, which I didn't understand. It was really, really odd. So then I tried something else.
Sounds
I built,
questionable, Curtis. Their
yes,
system broke and now you're
yeah,
not making any money. Yeah, right.
yeah, pretty much. So anyway, I stayed for a couple more weeks and said forget it.
Right.
And then
But
I've
the important part is you joined an affiliate program, you did what
yep,
they said,
yep,
and it generated income. Now, what was the
it did.
traffic source?
It was solo ads,
So you were
and
paying for
then
solo ads
yep,
through
and
your
then some
affiliate
organic,
link,
yeah,
and yeah, okay, great.
and doing TikToks and stuff, right?
Yeah,
As well, that was the other side of it.
yeah,
But that was the slowest. That barely got anything income wise.
okay.
Yep,
Have you made money online any other ways?
not yet. I've
Okay,
tried to do Fiverr, and then what's the other one? It's the what's the other thing called? The work one.
Upwork.
Upwork, yeah. I've tried a couple things on there, but the jobs I was applying to were not relatable somehow. I didn't get the jobs for it. Do you know what I mean?
Cool. All right, so check it out.
Yep.
So let's talk about. I'm gonna brainstorm with you, and
Yep.
as you come up with ideas, mention it. But
Okay.
you have stuff in your house right now you could sell on eBay.
Yep.
Okay. I have two friends who have eBay businesses.
Yep.
Um, and they actually, I have several, I have more than two. I have one, two, three, four friends, four like just personal friends, not from
Yep.
the internet, just real human, real friends.
Right.
Who buy and sell on eBay
Yep.
comic books,
Yep.
collector's edition. A lot of my friends are comic book nerds.
Nice.
Lego sets.
Yep.
All right, things like this. And so this is entirely buying and selling something you're into that's valuable.
Hmm.
On eBay is absolutely a way to make money.
Right.
What appears to be a new kind of version of
Yep.
eBay, and it's been around for a few years, and I guess I've just been under a rock, is Whatnot. Have you ever checked out Whatnot?
No.
Check it out, dude. It's interesting. It's like live streaming and auctioneering, except
Okay.
selling stuff. I'm gonna use it to sell some hot sauce, I think.
Okay.
So
Okay.
but Whatnot is interesting. Of course, another way that you can make money online, this isn't quite the same, but it ultimately is Kickstarter, right? You could
Yep.
do a big
Yep.
Kickstarter project and you could promote the crap out of your idea on all social media channels for 3 to 6 months, build up an audience for a Kickstarter and launch that puppy and hopefully it
Yep.
takes off, right?
Right.
A
Right.
Kickstarter / crowdfunding project.
Yep.
Um so there are a ton, you know, a ton of ways to make money online.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, there's crypto trading is a way to make money online. I'm learning now that, especially among the younger audience,
Yep.
the new entrepreneurs, the 20 somethings, the early 30 somethings, that's like a ton of people are making money online with sports betting. Like
Yep.
it's a huge info product business, which is interesting to me. It's like crypto except sports betting, right?
Yep.
So you can become, you can focus on building up a following and becoming a internet influencer /
Yep.
celebrity on any of the platforms, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat. I mean, whatever,
Yep. Lots of them
YouTube.
out there.
Every single one of these platforms has hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that make their full-time income by creating content on these platforms. And you can learn how to do this both for free and for paid, and by asking ChatGPT if you decide to. Now, in the meantime, while we've been talking, I did ask ChatGPT the following question. I said, brainstorm me a list of 100 ways people could make $157 in a day with a side hustle.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And so there's selling an old course on Gumroad or PayHip. I've never even heard of PayHip. Offering proofreading or editing on Fiverr. You could proofread people's AI copy. Design logos on Canva and sell them on Etsy. Flip domains on GoDaddy auctions. Sell photos on Shutterstock. Create AI generated art and sell it on Redbubble. Write resumes for $50 each. Sell prompts for ChatGPT or Midjourney. Sell an ebook you wrote on Amazon. Kindle.
KDP.
License your music or beats online. I mean, if any of you have ever purchased Ty Cohen's Kindle Cashflow, like, do the thing, right? Start a one-day email copy gig for small business owners. Okay, whatever that means. Sell Notion templates. Offer digital decluttering, email, Google Drive. Narrate audiobooks on ACX. Run a paid webinar or workshop. Sell niche printables, planners, journals, etc. on Etsy. Test websites. Anyway, whatever. This is a long list. And then there's product-based hustles. Sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Sell handmade crafts or jewelry. Dropship trending items with a one-day TikTok campaign. Make and sell candles. Sell baked goods locally. Sell t-shirts with custom designs. Do a garage sale. Flip furniture from Craigslist. Sell Pokemon cards. Okay? Like, skill-based services. Offer car detailing services. Clean houses or apartments. Do yard work or landscaping. Offer dog walking or pet sitting. Assemble IKEA furniture. Babysit for a neighbor. Do someone's laundry, right? Like, clean gutters or pressure wash driveways. Repair bikes or skateboards. Be a handyman for a day. Or help someone clean their garage. Creative side hustles. Offer $50 caricature sketches. Paint house numbers on curbs. Busk with music or performance. Sell coloring book pages online, right? Anyway, the list goes on, and anyone can do this on their own on ChatGPT. But the point is, here's what I think you should do, Curtis. Is with all these being said, the thing that I'm focused on lately is WAP.
You mentioned that before,
And I've realized more since starting the school community. I realized that we really are building a community with Get Shit Done. And as we expand onto the WAP platform, our community is going to become more, and our relationship and our connection with our members is going to become more and more important. I think you and I were texting about school groups and how they pop into existence, and most of them are a flash in the pan and then they die off.
It seems like that,
And it takes not just daily consistency from the leadership of a group and community to show up and be present and to engage and to interact and to be helpful and to lead the way, but like, the consistency is important, but the level of caring, the level of care that you actually have for your members it's more important than what you say or what you do or how you do it or what platform you're doing it on, right? And so Curtis, this is true of you, and it's true of the other folks so far who've raised their hand and have shown interest in being part of the team, which is, we're starting a community together for Get Shit Done on WAP, and I want you to be one of the leaders of the community. We need to get clear on what we think your role in the community is going to be.
Okay. Yeah.
And
For
that's
sure.
also true of Eric.
Yeah.
It's also true of Rory.
Yeah.
It's also true of Ganesh.
Yeah.
And there are a few other people that have shown interest but aren't officially part of the team yet, right?
Right. Right.
And so as we're expanding into WAP, there are some really cool like community leadership roles that are
Yeah.
needed in order to make this thing do really well, right? And I'm just starting to see this, right? I'm
Yeah.
starting to. One of these things is we need a chief clipper, and
Yeah.
I think our chief clipper needs to be great at clipping and
Yeah.
great at clipping get shit done content, meaning turning our get shit done show videos into short form video that goes viral. Like that's what
Yeah.
we're going for.
Right on.
And then theoretically, our chief clipper also should be the person who manages our clipper community. And of course, our clipper community is that's our affiliate community, right? They're called clippers, and yeah, they're also affiliates, but it's in a
Yep.
different way, right? And so, and
Right.
that probably will be Eric, because so far he's the best of our like immediate
Short form. Yeah.
crew. Like he really likes doing that stuff, and he's good at it, right?
Yeah.
We also need someone who's super active in the community. And I would say all of these things are in addition to me, because at first I'm going to be doing all of them. And then,
Yeah.
and then we need to find individuals who are super. And so maybe we have get shit done challenges and you're in charge of running the challenges. Or maybe, maybe it's your goal to, like, as our team lead, maybe it's your goal to be the single most active person in the community all the time.
Right.
Right? Like
I
you're
know or something. Yeah.
like, and we'll be able to see that on the stats board, right?
Yeah.
Or, and it's your goal to develop a personal relationship and connection with every member that joins.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe that's not your role. Maybe you have a different role, right? But then there's also customer support that we need to talk about. We need to talk about we need someone at some point for project management, and I was thinking about giving Clarissa a call on that, so I'll give her a shout. But and then we're going to need someone to someone who's focused on our product development. Anyway, there's a bunch of different, as the company grows and it all grows, all this is going to become very important. But there are definitely roles that need to be filled right now.
For sure. Yep.
And here's the interesting thing about WAP.
What's that?
It's a little bit meta, but what we want to do with our Get Shit Done WAP, basically all of the other WAPs want to do this too, but what we want to do is we want to actually give our community one or more ways that they can make money with our WAP.
Oh.
Okay. So we actually are going to give the Get Shit Done community ways of generating income with Get Shit Done.
Nice.
Outside of limiting it just to our affiliate program.
Right.
Right. And so the way this works is there are content rewards.
Yep.
There's a content rewards program, and then there's bounties.
Yeah.
And
I never say that.
I feel like they're almost the same. I feel like the content rewards are actually a type of bounty. Yeah, so that's the long and short of it. So it's like you can incentivize your community to do all sorts of things. So for example, we could say, hey, if you upload a video testimonial following this rough outline, we'll give you $10.
Okay.
And we could have 100 testimonials overnight.
Wow.
Now, would they be genuine? You know,
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
a problem. We could first do a contest, create the Get Shit Done song, and then we could put the Get Shit Done song versions out there, and we could reward people. I could give people private hypnosis sessions. We could pay people money directly. I could give them access to my high-level coursework, whatever, or just pay people to do anything that we want with our content or to promote the WAP or the website or whatever, right? You could have people promoting a QR code. You could have people tweeting. You could have people making YouTube videos. You could have people like literally going into Reddit. You can have people do anything.
Multiple,
That's
things.
trackable and traceable to collect a bounty. And so that's really cool. And then content rewards are generally more influencer based, where you're making usually short form video clips out of existing content, making it viral, making it funny, and then you get paid based on the number of views that you generate, right? And so these are all ways that we can mobilize our fans, our community, to go and promote the community, right? And so you can get paid as an affiliate, and or you can get paid for just generating the views. And so or doing whatever the bounty is, right? For example, what if we paid you $1,000 to run a local Get Shit Done meetup, or $100 to run a local Get Shit Done meetup? Just send us a video of a meetup and everybody yelling "Get Shit Done" at the same time or something, right? So things like this. So I want the entire Get Shit Done team to get super familiar with WAP, and I want us all to make money as clippers doing clips of other people's stuff so that we really know how that process works.
Right.
When you join WAP, there's WAP University, which is a free WAP you should join, and it has 32 videos. They're short, but they're very valuable to watch and will completely get you up to speed. I highly recommend that you do that. And then the other thing is that there's a new 8-video clipper series that just released. That's all that I just watched. That's very valuable. So this actually ties in, Curtis, because your $157, like, you could make the money that you want to make by learning WAP, by doing clipping. Okay. And will it be the way? I don't know. But if you did focus on that, what's going to happen is you're going to learn more about the WAP platform. You're going to learn about making money as a clipper while you're learning about making money as a WAP community owner on the team. And you're going to see firsthand what works and what doesn't. You're not limited to affiliate marketing, but it's a lot like aspects of it are affiliate marketing. And your daily income goals are entirely within the range of what could happen with WAP.
Nice.
So in terms of focus, it seems like it would be it could be a good focus for you, at least using WAP as a clipper, as a side hustle. Like, boom, there it is, right?
Perfect.
And it's something that you can create content around. You can talk about what's working or what's not for you, and you can try all the different platforms and see where it works and where it doesn't. But that's something that I'm going to start playing with, just so that I know how genuinely easy or hard it is to make money clipping other people's stuff and throwing it on your social media. Like
document it, maybe.
Like, I'm not. Yeah, well, I mean, it all gets documented either way, but I'm going to do it in my own unique style or unique way, and maybe that'll work, and maybe that won't work. I don't know.
Right. All right, I got to take a pee quickly.
All right. Well, you know what? Why
We
don't
have some
we?
questions on Facebook too, if you want to go through those.
Oh, all right. Cool. I'll answer some questions on Facebook. I didn't even see those.
Hey, give me a sec, okay? I'll take the
Yeah.
camera out.
Awesome. Okay. What is this here? Great. All right. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Hey, Lori, how's it going? Um, Lori says, "Good morning." Empire Cred. I've never seen Empire Cred. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll just cool. I have the venue in South Florida. Nice, nice. I'm going to work on this over the next week. That is my goal. Ready for a WAP per level of income. Cool. Yeah, just go ahead. If you guys want to join WAP, just click on the links in the description, and you can join our free Get Shit Done WAP, which is in the early stages. I decided to release it for the 100th episode, even though it was premature and not ready. So pardon our dust. If you want to be one of the early adopters to Get Shit Done, go ahead and join the Get Shit Done WAP. And in the meantime, if you are looking to expand or grow an existing business or to start a new one, WAP does. I haven't made any money on WAP yet. I haven't made a dime on WAP yet. I don't know the owners. I heard about it. I checked it out, and I'm intrigued. Like it seems very promising to me. So I would definitely check it out and see what you're looking for. But step one is, if you want to replace your job with your side hustle, I want you to do the math and figure out what your daily income is, or what your most recent daily income was. What's the standard of living that you're used to having with your income? That's the question. And your goal is to replace your one day, one time, right? One day, one time with whatever side hustle you're focused on right now. Also, I want to point out that whatever the side hustle is that you're focused on, you need to get skilled. And that means you need to do it about 10,000 times before you're any good. Okay. Literally, it's like the 10,000 hours of practice rule. That's the deal. So you can't switch side hustles you can't be like, okay, I'm going to work one day a week. I'm going to try to replace my income. And then I'm going to work on a different side hustle each time because I have a short attention span. No, you're absolutely not. You need to give it like 3 months of grinding, and like either you're going to make some money early on, or you're going to need to develop the skill to do it. But just make sure you're not doing something completely idiotic, right? If you have questions, like come into the Get Shit Done show and ask questions. Like ask me. I'll check it out for you and see. But do something that's proven, do something that's stable, do something that works. Don't be doing something that's like spammy or pyramidy or like legally questionable,
Yeah.
right? So. All right, Curtis. So before
Yep.
we wrap up here,
Sure.
I asked you a question at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
Do you really want to be a parenting guru? That's the question.
Yep. Well, I know that I'm a hardworking dad, and I chose the parenting section just because I felt it was more of a broad niche. But I am a hardworking dad, and I like to do stuff. But I thought with the parenting, because I'm also a parent, that I can capture more people into that group. That's why I chose that as well. But as a guru, yeah, I could totally do that.
Who are some of the most successful gurus, not parenting specifically,
Yep.
that you've followed over the years that you pay attention to still to this day online?
Tony Robbins, uh, Dean Graciosis, Jonathan Montana, Russell Brunson, who else? Grant Cardone.
Did you say
Uh,
who was the Montana person?
um, sorry, Jonathan Montoya. Montoya.
I don't know him.
Yep, he's out there. He's on Facebook, and
Cool.
he's mostly YouTube.
Okay.
And then Darren Hardy is someone I listen to every day. He's
Great.
a Darren Hardy daily thing he has out, so I listen to that.
Okay, well, so I'm familiar with all but one of those guys,
Yep.
and a few of them are friends, and
Right on.
so I'd like you to imagine there's like 5 or 6 people you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I'd like you to imagine that they're all up on stage together
Okay.
at like a conference. Okay. I want you to just imagine looking at each one of them individually while they're
Okay.
up on stage together and thinking about, okay, what do these guys have that I don't have? And I don't mean they have a nice car. I don't mean
No.
they have a, I mean, what qualities, what characteristics, what personality traits do these guys have that I don't have or I haven't developed as much in myself? Right. And like, what do you see about those guys up on stage that they seem to embody or emanates from them, or that, what's the magic? What's the special sauce? What do they have that you, Curtis, today, right now, you don't have it, or you don't have it nearly as strongly, right? What are some of the things that you're able to notice? What are some of the things that you're able to see that come to mind for you?
Well, they've all speak on stages. One, they've done their craft for several years. They've learned tons of stuff. I'm pretty sure most of them have failed at some point,
Oh, dude,
and they know.
all of them have
Yeah,
failed repeatedly and miserably.
yeah, and they seem to get back up. So they have
Yeah.
resilience, and they just find that one thing. It could be, and they also probably have mentors over the years of some sort or continually, right? Um, They've always looked to people who do things better than them, even though they may not be in the same industry, but there's other industries that they may look at as like, oh, hey, this is like pretty amazing guy. He does something different than I'm doing. Um, I guess they've all probably started at zero at some point in their life, and they made millions of dollars now. And they all, I think most of them are millionaires at least, or multimillionaires, right? Yeah, I think just the resiliency, the confidence they have in themselves. I don't know if they all believe like 100% they can do everything all the time, but they have a support system around them that will push them if they need to. They get them pushed up, right? They go, oh, I hate my job. Oh, don't worry about it, Chris. It's good. Do this, try this, keep pushing forward, right? So they have that sort of support system. What else? I think they all have good haircuts.
Okay. No, no. You can go with you can go with deep stuff and you can go with superficial stuff,
Yeah,
because it's all real.
yeah,
It's all
yeah,
part of the package,
yeah,
and like they keep themselves well groomed,
yeah, absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
And this is generally speaking, right? There are, for everything that you just mentioned, all the things that you mentioned, it is
yep,
very easy. I could poke holes in every single thing you mentioned. I
yep,
could say, oh well, this person did this that proves that wrong, or this, but that doesn't matter. Okay,
yeah,
is generally speaking, these are some of the characteristics that these guys who are up at the level of success that you want to be at all seem to have in common,
yeah,
right? And realize you could be projecting certain things, you could be making certain things up,
yeah.
but still, what are the patterns that you recognize? And so how I would write all those guys' names down, by the way,
Okay,
dude. Like write those names down. Make sure that you're on all their email lists.
I am.
Make
Yeah,
sure that you're following them all on the primary socials that you're using, and make sure that you're actively reading their books, going through their courses, and when and if possible, enrolling in their coaching programs.
yeah,
Now, you don't want to just do this just because you only have so much money and you only have so much time to put into this kind of stuff. So you still want to do it strategically, but what you want to do is increase your exposure to these guys,
yeah,
right? If they've got some of the kind of magic and some of the kind of the vibe that you want to develop in yourself, increase your exposure. Okay? Basically, hang out with them more to
yeah,
the degree that you can, right? On the way to work. Instead of listening to
Yeah.
music, listen to Dean Graziosi, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Audiobook or something. Yeah.
So the qualities that you mentioned, these are absolutely things that you can also focus on developing in yourself. You mentioned they all speak from stage.
Yep.
Join Toastmasters, start doing some more public speaking stuff. It'll change your life.
Yeah.
And then learn to go to save up, go to a conference and learn to speak and sell from stage, dude. Like, it'll scare the crap out of you and it will break through the next, it's a great, dude. I didn't always know how to do that,
Yeah.
at all, and I did it a few times and I had one success, just because I'd been to so many conferences and I'm a good direct response marketer and I'd done tons of teleseminars.
Yep.
But speaking from stage is a different animal. And I got up on stage and I spoke from stage a few times because, when I was a kid, when I was in junior high, I did a few sermons in my church,
Yep.
and then I started singing in a heavy metal band, and I was kind of the front man singer for a very small high school, very,
Yeah.
we had a few performances, but it wasn't
Right.
a serious thing.
Right.
But and then in college, I started the salsa company and I
Yep.
was selling salsa from behind the table. So, but that was my experience with public speaking. Right.
Yeah. Right.
And, so it didn't scare the complete crap out of me, but I also had no idea what I was doing. And so I went on stage a few times and told a story and tried to sell something. And one time it worked. Like 3 or 4 times, I goose egged. I was like,
Yep.
oh, so embarrassing, by the way. That's the part that sucks. And
Yep.
you have to experience it in order to not be afraid of it. Right.
Right. Right. Right.
So I got a good chance to experience it several times. And I was like, screw this. I'm going to learn how to make some money. And so I trained. I did I purchased a training I still own, very valuable, from John Childers Chunks. And then I also went through a big training with Dave Van Hoos in Florida and learned these blueprints. And then I was fine. Then I learned how to make the transition. But still, it's been quite a while since I got on stage and spoke. And
Yep.
I expect that I would be quite nervous, even though I do webinars and live streams all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, so these are some really good things to do, Curtis.
Okay.
Speaking from stage and or following these guys is a really great idea. I would highly recommend that you the whole idea here is, if you want to be a parenting guru, Curtis, I want you to start acting more like a parenting guru. It's real simple.
Yep.
Right? If you want to be a parenting guru, act more like a parenting guru. Look at these gurus that you admire, who seem to have the kind of businesses that you want to have.
Okay.
Consume more of their stuff.
Yep.
And intentionally upgrade your presentation. Learn from them. Right? Take a look at what they're doing, not just the content that they're teaching, but how they're teaching it. What's the platform that they're teaching it on? Where do they seem to be active on social? Etc. And spend more money when you can. Spend more time with these guys. It will help. It will. Right? Basically, train yourself to become a better guru by consuming more. You listed off these guys who have a bunch of qualities and characteristics that you want to develop. So I would encourage you to do that more proactively. Right? The more money you spend on it, the more seriously you'll take it, but don't get yourself into trouble. Right?
Yeah, don't get in debt or something.
Don't be stupid. Yeah. But in the meantime, man, I do think that WAP is huge. I think that whether you're doing parenting or anything else, it's going to be a great platform for both getting traffic and for selling. And I think that if you learn it, that you're probably going to end up making a bunch of money either with Get Shit Done or on your own. And so I think
Yeah,
it
for
would be a
sure.
beneficial thing to get under your belt. But the goal is, if whether you're choosing WAP or eBay or WhatsApp
Yeah.
or solo ads or whatever you're going to do, your goal is to hit $157 in one day.
Okay.
That's the target right now.
All right. Push that one
So
this week.
yeah, I want you to hit it in the next. I mean, you think you can
7
do it in the
days.
next 7 days?
Yeah, definitely. I'll do it. I'll make it happen.
Great, go for it.
Right
Go for
attitude.
it. And yeah, and you'll either hit it or you'll learn a bunch of stuff and then you'll hit it the next week. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but like, focus on doing it in the next 7 days.
Okay.
And I encourage you to do it with WAP because
Okay.
that I think that would,
I'm in the group anyway.
yeah.
The WAP
Yeah,
group. I'll go through the couple of videos there, the introduction videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll go through that. I'll check out the Clipper thing.
Yeah. And as you're going through it, like, call me up if something comes up and you want to bounce some ideas around or whatever.
Perfect.
You know, like,
Yep. Will do.
cool, man. Well, Curtis,
Yes.
where should people go to follow you?
Hardworkingdadclub.com.
Hardworkingdadclub.com, guys.
Yep. And there's a free blueprint on side hustles and how to get started.
Awesome. Once I'm going to put that up on the screen because we're using Restream. I didn't have it programmed it in.
Okay.
Curtis, tell a joke or something.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Was it banana?
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you're glad I didn't say banana?
Sure am. Sure am. That was great, Curtis.
Good.
All right, follow Curtis at hardworkingdadclub.com, guys. And if you haven't done so already, join the community at getshitdone.com. There's a whole bunch of links to WAP if you want to go check that out. And we're going to call it for the day. This is awesome.
Perfect.
Rock and roll.
Well,
thank you, Curtis, for another awesome episode. And
it was great.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with your questions every day.
Yep. Yeah, I'll work on those every day.
Cool. Sweet, dude.
Perfect. Thanks, Tellman.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.